Libra, welcome to your October reading. It is sweater season. Today I am wearing a sweater by Rowing Blazers. This is a cashmere sweater from the Babar collab. So I thought I'd start mentioning the sweaters because it is going to be a season of sweater videos. And I love this one. It's so comfortable. I'm crazy about navy. And no, this is not an ad. I just want you to know, you're so into the aesthetics. I want you to know what you're dealing with here. So your video is called Retro New. Let me explain why. So you have Mars in your sign and you want your freedom, baby. You want your freedom and you can't be swayed, not even by someone in your life. If you have a significant other or you're talking to somebody or even, a best friend who's trying to get you to go left when you want to go right, you're just not in a place where you want to listen to anyone. You want to do as you want and you know what you want. You also have Mercury now retrograde as of yesterday, the 27th, in your sign as well, which unlike most of the signs, it gives you a lot of perspective. You are feeling super good about yourself. Your confidence is very high. You're out here wanting to be social. And even though life might be a little bit complicated, taking it in stride. You're okay with it being complicated. You just want to be out here. You want to connect with people. You want to meet new people. You want to make money. You want to spend money. You want to plan trips. You just want to do as you want to do. You feel like the world is yours and we all agree with you. And you deserve it, especially because things have been quite hurtful and quite complicated, especially I'd say in the last 2 weeks, a few things have happened where you're like, oh wow, I feel insanely betrayed. I can't actually believe you did that because I was being nice. Why do people mistake Libra's niceness for weakness? You are a cardinal air sign. People not knowing about astrology is really to their own detriment because as nice as y'all are, you're the last people that I would ever want to pick a fight with, or more importantly and more hurtful to you, betray. Because the thing with Libras is like, you're willing to talk. You're smart enough. You're an intellectual. You're like, listen, whatever is going on, we can figure it out. But when your intentions are nefarious, when you're being underhanded, when you're being sneaky, when you're going behind my back, you're taking the tools of an intellectual away from them. You're not looking for a sophisticated solution. You just want to be shady. Well, if you just want to be shady and you want Libra to meet you there, cross watchers, you're going to be waiting a long time because Libra's not meeting you there. Libra has too much going on, too much good stuff in their life, too many people who love them to sink to your level. And that's going to drive everybody crazy because what they want from you is this off-the-cuff, immature version who has nothing going for them and will just say whatever, reactive and say whatever they want to say. But you're not going to do that because you understand that Mercury is retrograde and you understand that even using your words with someone is a privilege. If they want to have underhanded intentions, if they want to go about things in a sneaky way, they don't deserve your words. What they're trying to do is to pull you into some sort of conversation, and you're just not going to do it. You're not going to do it. You want to reach an amicable agreement with people. You want to reach common ground, especially after the 11th of October. Saturn goes direct, and then you have Jupiter going direct on the 18th. All you want is to reach common ground. All you want is for things to be fair. You want to get back to the fun. It's almost like whatever's standing in your way right now is standing between you and this huge party that is Libra season. And you're just like, can't we just talk and get this out of the way? Or why do I have to keep explaining this to you as if I'm going to change my mind? I'm not going to change my mind. It is the way it is. I'm in a place where I'm so confident and feeling so good that I can tell you exactly how it is. And I'm telling you, this is how it is. And if you don't want it to be that way, well, we're going to have to compromise on that. But You're not going to get me to feel bad about what I need and what I want. No, no, no. Now, you have a Mars-Pluto square between the 20th of October and the 23rd. Whatever isn't working, whatever you feel has been too domineering and dominating in your life, you're ready for this rebirth. You're ready to take the power back from them. You're just like, no, it's not working. Between the 20th and the 23rd, if they don't want to change with you, if they don't want to evolve with you, they get left behind. And then they can do as they want and have all the nefarious intentions and do all the shady things. You win because you have a pure heart. You win because you're not looking to hurt anyone. You just want to do what's right. It's so funny to me how often Libras get the short end of the stick from people and really get made out to be sticklers because they just want to do what's right. And Libras over here like, don't you want to do what's right? And often what you'll find is the reason people don't want to do what's right is because it doesn't benefit them. The way you're set up, when you do things the proper way, it does benefit you, but that's because your intentions are good. You can do the right thing with the wrong intentions and not get the same result. The law of paradoxical intent. Okay, now let's talk about money. On the new moon on October 6th, the night of the October 6th into the 7th, you have this professional renewal. You have a lot of power coming in and a sort of rebirth when it comes to your role at work or in your business. Either you started a new business and it starts to take off, or you find yourself being promoted or given quite a lot of power at work. And this just boosts your confidence even more. If they feel like they can't tell you anything now, wait till after the 6th. You are put in a position where you feel like a leader. You can take things in a new direction. I'm gonna quote Dune because it's on my mind all the time. If you haven't seen Dune, please see it. It's amazing. No, this is not an ad. One of the things he says in Dune is that a great man doesn't want to lead. They're called to lead. They have to lead. So you're not out here looking to take up the mantle of something and, I'm going to be the crusader who does the right thing. These opportunities for you to lead are coming to you. People are asking you to lead. Okay, that's very different. When you're called to lead and you answer, it's a very big thing. It's a very big thing and it's very, very commendable. Okay, and then you answer the call. Now, you must find balance between the success you're feeling and the money that's coming in and those who are holding on to you really tight, the obligations that you have, the support that you need to give to others. Because what you're going to notice is as you start to become more and more comfortable with this success, the people who hold on tight to you, especially if they have some sort of financial connection to you, they start to really dig their nails in. They're not trying to, but they can't help it because they can feel in their own insecurity of not having done enough, in their own fears of inadequacy, of not having contributed enough to the connection. They can feel you start to slip away. Now, this may not even be true, or you just don't see it yet. They can see it because they need you so much more than you need them. So their claws are starting to dig a little bit. And that's when you have to be like, okay, I have to find a balance here. This success is not meant for you. This is my success. You can be a part of my life and enjoy the fruits of my labor, but this is not your success to control. It's a huge distinction and a very, very important one to make with the people who are closest in your life. Now, the quicker you resolve any conflicts that come up in October, the better it is for your money, even if they have nothing to do with money, because it has to do with your resting state. It has to do with how clear your mind is so you can make this paper. It's hard to do that when something is stressing you. So whatever conflict it is, just get it resolved as quickly as possible. You want what's fair. You're willing to compromise. That's all there is to it. Any other whatever extenuating circumstances, they need to figure it out. Because if someone is willing to compromise and they're straight up with you and they have good intentions, what more do you want from them? And you may find yourself at certain points in the month being like, what more could I possibly do except do it for you? But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it for you. You deserve to be able to handle your own mess. You owe it to yourself. Now, Wherever you are stubborn and intractable, wherever you are not flexible, you will fail. So keep that in your head. As much as I'm saying that the others are being this way and the other, you also have to look at you. Wherever you are not being open to compromise, that thing will fall apart. You are, as the more flexible you are, the more you win. Okay? This new moon is also really motivating in terms of what you want to focus your interests on. And you will find that when you focus your interests and you really go after what you want, it seems to cause a lot of upheaval in other people's lives because you spend so much of your time doing for other people that when you actually focus on your own interests, it's like no one's upkeeping their house for them and their house starts to fall apart. Watch how quickly that becomes your fault. Don't let them imbalance your mood. Watch how quickly they try to blame you for it. Well, because I couldn't do it for myself and you always do it for me and you weren't there to do it for me. So look what happened to me. This is not your fault. This is their life. It's their fault. And more than anything, forget fault, forget blame. Forget it. Let's talk responsibility. This is their responsibility, okay? Plain and simple. That's all you have to worry about. Everyone do what they're responsible for doing. That's it. And when their life is doing this and your life is doing this, oh, wow. Then you really get to see the people who root for you and clap for you when you win and the people who only like it when you win, when your win means their wins. I know. There's so much tea here. Like I'm kind of surprising myself, you know? Seriously, I'm kind of surprising myself because it's just, this is it. This is what you have to deal with right now. And it's so annoying because it will take so much from you to even get into a space to explain to people how they need to take care of their own lives and take responsibility for themselves. It can be so draining to a mature adult. And most of you are adult like the moment you're born. Come on, Libra. Like, it's so insane to you that you have to explain to other grown adults how they need to take responsibility for their life. Even that will be draining. So you need to make sure that you make time every week, okay, to sit down and recharge. You put it on your calendar. You say, from this time to this time, this hour, on this day, every week for the next month, I'm going to sit and do something that makes me feel amazing, that makes me feel good. For me, that's these red nails, okay? As soon as I went to get my nails done for Libra season videos, I was like, we're going with the classic, because you are that classic. You are that classic, beautiful, sophisticated, savvy adult that's on top of their stuff, always looks good, got their responsibilities and priorities in order. You're the person people call when they need help. You're the person people call when they need a balanced, rational opinion on something, when they need advice. Okay, so you can't be out here drained because there are a few people who can't take responsibility for their lives and you messed up somewhere and started taking too much and now you're pulling back and they're like, and they're clamoring for you. No, I'm recharging. Handle your own shit, please. The big takeaway here: your success will lead to arguments. The money that you have coming in will lead to fights. You've got to decide if these fights are worth it or if this person that you're fighting with deserves to still be in your life. I say no. Then, standing up for yourself in terms of money will cause even bigger fights, okay? Because it's one thing for you to say, you take responsibility for yourself, I take responsibility for me. It's another thing for you to say, my money is not your money. Oh my God, watch how that goes over. Watch how when you start to exert your authority when it comes to what you have earned, what you have made, watch how upset people get. That's okay. Let them get upset. You're not fighting with anyone. You have nothing to fight about. You're stating facts and they're getting mad. You're saying how it is and now everybody's yelling. Let them yell. What you've got to figure out is, are these people worth it? And wait, what are you worth to them outside of a check, outside of someone who takes care of them, outside of someone who is the adult in their life because they've decided to play a child? What is your worth beyond that? Because if you can tell me right now, the thing that's coming out of your heart right now is nothing, I'm not worth anything beside that, cut them off, let them go. Cut them off, let them go. Don't play with them, don't lead them on. Cut them off and let them go. The more fair you are, the more compromising you are, the more flexible you are, the more you win. But there are things that you will not compromise on, and this is one of them. If my only worth to you is what I can do for you, you no longer deserve to be a part of my life. There's no compromising on that. Oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, happy birthday. And also, just on a side note, I see you. I see what you've been doing. And I'm so proud. The way that you have stood up in the face of adversity, the way that you have stood up against that which in so many sneaky ways has tried to destroy you, and still to be flawless, to be successful, to be beautiful, to be kind, to be happy, to be this, happy, bouncy presence in people's life. This takes a lot. And you're doing it and you make it look good. You make it look easy. I have so much respect for that. And I'm so genuinely happy for you. You deserve all good things. I love you. Let's look at these cards. Hi Libra, welcome to the second part of your reading. Okay, so that freedom that you're looking for, it is going to come at others' expense a little bit, but again, not because you're doing anything wrong, but because they've been too dependent on you. Okay, so if there's any guilt here that you're feeling, anything that makes you feel diminished about their guilt, you need to snap out of that because it has nothing to do with you. Okay, part of what is so difficult about letting people take responsibility for their lives is admitting to yourself how much more you did for them than you should have. Okay, so it's not just that you've done something wrong. It's not just that they've done something wrong. You both need to take accountability for your part in it. They're not the completely guilty party, but that doesn't mean that you keep paying for something. You understand what I'm saying? Sure, there is a bit of culpability there, but the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Your intentions were to help. Perhaps you helped so much that they fell back and started doing nothing. Now, that guilt will compound your already sense of fairness that's telling you, I did too much for them, that's why they are where they are. But that doesn't mean you continue to, out of guilt of having done something wrong before. And in the larger scheme of things, if we're weighing wrongs and rights, is it wrong to over-help someone? Just about as wrong as it is for them to accept it. Okay? So don't play the guilt game with yourself. Just don't, no matter what anyone says to you, do not diminish yourself right now. And do not speak from this place of pain where you feel like you've done something wrong. We can accept our faults and our flaws without continuing the behavior out of guilt. You need to get that into your head. Now, when people see you out here being social, living your life, when they see you coming back to life, when they see you completely transforming your role at work, having a lot more power, there are many people who are going to clap for you, including me, okay? There are many people who will be happy for you, but anyone who is stuck in the past of who you used to be, anyone that needs to cling to you for their stability is not going to clap for you. So don't get caught in this Libra trap of why isn't everybody happy for me? I'm going to tell you like my Libra dad tells me, not everyone is always going to like you. Not everyone is always going to be happy for you. If you're looking for that, you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life. You have to accept the fact that people think the way they do based on what they are and who they are. It is not a reflection on you or your wins. If you need people to clap for you, they're going to be there. If you need everybody to clap for you, that's a problem. If you need people to like you, there's people who love you all around you. You're covered in love. But if you need everybody to love you, that's a problem because there are people like this who are going to love you conditionally. You also need those people to love you and put all those conditions on you? I think not, especially when you're feeling so good, especially when you're winning. Don't let anyone, as Maxwell Maltz calls it, that winning feeling, don't let anyone take that winning feeling from you. This retrograde is making you new again, okay? And it's putting people in their place where they belong. Now, if you feel like something has fallen apart or falls apart because of this, what doesn't work and causes you sadness and that you've been holding on too long to breaks, okay, that's fine too. Yes, this is disruptive, but we welcome the tower because it's better than stagnation. It's better than what has been going on for a long time that shouldn't have been. And look what's on the other side of that. Emotional fulfillment, success, so much money you can play with it. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that, even if it is preceded by a break. This break needed to happen. How long were you going to hold on to something that was causing you this much pain? No, I want you to answer that. If the retrograde didn't do it for you, I love when I talk to a Libra and I ask them a question and they just nod as if my question was rhetorical. No, that's not a rhetorical question. I would like an answer. How long were you going to hold on to something that was causing you this much pain? Better to get it over with. Better to see things as they are and not let it dim your shine, because it's not going to. You keep it moving. Okay? And you have these really powerful transits to help you. Now, the break is likely to occur. Either it's occurred already and it doesn't actually... you don't work it into your consciousness yet, or it actually happens between the 20th and the 23rd. And most likely, in most cases, it's already happened, but you have to take this time during the 20th and the 23rd to actually integrate it into you, and then you start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Either way, between those 3 days, that's when you want to be the most careful about what you say. That's when you want to be the most fair. Remember, no matter what people are trying to do to you, you're not going to reciprocate in kind. We're not, as I said in the general all signs video, we're not meeting people where they are. We're forcing people to meet us where we are. Okay? So no matter what they're trying to do, no matter how much you find out about what they're trying to do sneaky behind your back, whatever their intentions are, you keep your intentions pure. You keep yourself flexible. You are open to compromise. You want all good things for everybody because you are magnanimous in your success. You're not like most people that you get successful and you start thinking there's only this much of a pie for everyone and I want the biggest piece. You understand that there are a lot of pies, okay? And everybody can have their own. So you're not out here trying to get anything from anyone. You want fair and just balanced resolution. And nobody is going to be able to fault you for that. When they see you all the way through, all they see is someone who wants good things for themselves and for others. There is no way to fault a person like that. That is your power. That is where you stay. Okay? Oh my God, I love you. This reading got me hyped. I love you, love you, love you. These two, the general first part and the second part, this part here, are both on Patreon. Patreon is a really good option if you don't want to go through the monthly of having to buy the extended or having to wonder when the first part of the video is coming out, wondering why the videos are late. It all goes on there in a timely fashion and it's actually very convenient. The link to the Patreon is below. Many of you have asked me about a personal reading. There is a Cameo link below and I'm going to make something very, very clear to you. No matter who hits you up, email, Instagram, whatever they're doing, it's not me. I am never going to solicit you for a reading. If you want a reading, you click that Cameo link. There is no other way to get a reading. There is no other way to pay me. There's no PayPal. There's no Venmo. There's no nothing. There's no WhatsApp addresses. There's nothing. Be careful out here. There is a Cameo link below and it is the only way to get a reading. Once a month, I do in-person Cameo readings where it's like a FaceTime call. Other than that, they are recorded 7 to 10 minutes long and sent to your inbox, okay? If you're wondering about this gorgeous ring, this is our darling Empress ring that's almost sold out. This is a green onyx ring, okay? And it is, well, it's the Empress. You know, Tarot fam, you know about the Empress. So the Quietest Revolution rings link is below as well as lots of other links. If you're interested in the daily horoscope, come check us out at the Quietest Revolution on Insta. We have a lot of fun doing the daily and you can become a part of the Rev fam. I love you, love you, love you, and I'll see you in the extended right now.